Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I've got two stories to share with you in this very latest Moon Lambo Hot Jam. And I'd also like to say, since this is going to be the last bit of content that I'm putting out for today specifically, that it feels good to be back. It's been almost 2 weeks, so it is good to be back. So it's worth saying again. I know not everybody watches every video that I put out. Although you should, and I'm offended that you don't, so I will repeat that I'm very thankful so much for all of the support while I've been away and ongoing. Just the outpouring of nothing but love and support. I do want to mention again, it's very meaningful here. So what are we talking about today? Well, I'll be starting with this story from Crypto Newsflash. Ripple executive says company is making strong progress in SEC case as an outcome in 2022 to fuel XRP price. And I'm willing to bet that the vast majority of us here in the XRP community would be willing to speculate that, assuming there's settlement, especially if it's during the bull market, it's like the price of XRP would go ballistic. That would be my guess. Now, look, I'm not making a price prediction. I don't know for sure. Crypto's freaking weird. But would that not be your guess as well? So there's that. And also, two very well-known cryptocurrencies, Cardano and Tron, are being delisted on a notable cryptocurrency exchange that you've probably heard of. I'm telling you, and you may be, well, I guess I'm preaching to the choir a bit here, but we got to stay informed here regardless and talk about this stuff. Like, what the SEC is doing, it's an affront on all things crypto. It's not just that they're attacking XRP holders, and they are. They're definitely attacking XRP holders. They're attacking Ripple, but they're attacking all of crypto and all participants of crypto. And like the ego of the people that are making these decisions, it's disgusting. They are harming us. But before going any further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos all up on the internet, but just, about crypto stuff, but just as a hobby and just for fun. So into this first piece now, again titled, Ripple Executive Says a Company is Making Strong Progress in SEC Case, an Outcome in 2022 to Fuel XRP Price. Actually, two things I didn't mean to, and I failed to, I apologize, meant to mention in the intro. I do have comments from attorney John Deaton and also Cardano creator Charles Hoskinson, including things that Charles Hoskinson has stated about XRP and its status being or not being a security. And it's really mostly, honestly, favorable stuff. I've always felt like, in a general sense, that Charles Hoskinson is pretty well understood the implications of what's going on with the SEC versus Ripple and XRP from the get-go. I always had that impression. But anyway, in we go. It is nearly 11 months since San Francisco-based fintech startup Ripple began its battle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange over the allegation of the sale of unregistered securities, XRP. While Ripple has always claimed no wrongdoing, the SEC continues with its strong allegations. However, it seems that the tides are turning in favor of Ripple in this long-going legal battle. Speaking to CNBC on Monday, November 22nd, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said that they are making good progress in this case. Besides, Garlinghouse also expects that the case will reach a conclusion by the next year. Let me just pause. Well, in terms of the timeline, yes, that's a virtual certainty. I'm still hoping for settlement. Please just let there be a settlement. I'm good on that, rather than full adjudication. It'll be a little bit more nail-biting and drawn out. But they're actually not the only ones. In a video I also put out today, may have been the very last one, I highlighted what JP Morgan, of all entities, had to say about this. They had this full analysis, and they seem to get the bigger picture, too. It's like the only people that think the SEC are right in what they're doing going after Ripple and XRP are attorneys at the SEC. And Joseph Lubin, co-founder of Ethereum. That's it, though. That's it. There's not a single other human on the freaking planet, right? But anyway, so here's a quote, though, and this is on CNBC. So he's speaking with Dan Murphy. Here's what Brad Garlinghouse said. We're seeing pretty good progress despite a slow-moving judicial process. Clearly, we're seeing good questions asked by the judge. And I think the judge realizing this is not just about Ripple. This will have broader implications. Oh, that is true, as you'll see in just a moment, but I do want to cover a little bit more of this first. For a long time, XRP had been one of the top performing cryptocurrencies and held the number 3 spot after Bitcoin and Ethereum. But ever since the SEC case, XRP has majorly shown sideways movement and continues to hold above $1. Currently, XRP is the 7th largest cryptocurrency by market cap after being surpassed by better performing digital assets. If any favorable outcome comes from the case, we can expect some strong performance from XRP. On the other hand, Ripple technology has been gaining market acceptance among banks and other financial services firms. Its RippleNet technology facilitates instant cross-border payments, leveraging the power of blockchain. And similarly, Ripple also markets other products using XRP for instant cross-border payments and on-demand liquidity. And so, look, I'd be willing to make that bet. And I don't make price predictions. It'd be disingenuous if I did that. I don't know. I don't pretend to know. But yes, suffice it to say, if there's some sort of settlement, because it'll in all likelihood just come out of nowhere. We'll just wake up and have the news one day. My guess would be that would have an insanely positive impact, probably just about instantaneously. News travels fast. In the age of information, I would anticipate it to have an incredible impact pretty much instantaneously. And crypto is weird, so I don't pretend to know that for sure, but come on, doesn't that seem more probable than something negative? Like, why would something negative? Like, I don't see that. Or what, it's just not going to have an impact, or just bumps up a little bit? I don't know about all that. I looking at what happened with, what was that token called that got clarity in October of last year? The KIN token from Kick Interactive. Look at what happened with that damn thing. Like, in short order, it went up thousands of %. And so, mind you, it's easier for that little thing to get a multiplier effect in terms of thousands of % because it was less liquid. So, smaller cap coins can, if money flows in, then can always get a, much more substantial asymmetrical return to, coins that have a larger market cap. But still, it doesn't matter. Like, there's still almost no money in crypto and XRP specifically. So that's an opportunity. Like, that's awesome as far as I'm concerned. All right, take a look at this now. Here's one of the headlines from Crypto News Flash. eToro delists Cardano and Tron for U.S. users. Hoskinson said he was blindsided. And so again, that's Charles Hoskinson on your screen right there, creator of Cardano. eToro, a stock trading platform come cryptocurrency exchange, has delisted Cardano's ADA and Tron's TRX cryptocurrencies. In its announcement, the exchange revealed that U.S. users will no longer be able to open new positions or stake the two tokens starting in a month's time. Now, this comes at the same time that Bitstamp, a much bigger exchange, listed Cardano. And as expected, Charles Hoskinson had quite a bit to say about the ban, which he claims blindsided him. And so I think it would make the video go on longer than is necessary to get the point across to highlight everything that he said to say stated on this topic to this point. But he did make clear that there was no sort of communication between him and eToro. It was just out of nowhere. They're like, yeah, so if you're in the United States, no more Cardano, no more Tron. How about that? Now, eToro, they actually to this point haven't stated why they've made this decision. And I don't know if they're going to keep that decision purely internal. That wouldn't necessarily surprise me. Although I think the right thing to do would provide some sort of explanation to customers. Won't be surprised if we never find out exactly what's going on here. Or maybe some sort of story from an employee or something like that slips out at some point in the future. But I don't know the reasons. They didn't say it had anything to do with the SEC, so we're going to have to speculate a bit here. But why would eToro remove these cryptocurrencies? Because there aren't any known problems, at least not that I'm aware of, like anywhere else in the world, period. I mean, there wasn't, to my knowledge, even within the United States. So there's something that's alarming them. And so it must be from a regulatory perspective, right? Right? Is there any indication that they had any sort of liquidity problems with those two coins on them? No, they're very popular coins. There's no indication, because that's the only other reason to delist something, really. If you're an exchange, there's not sufficient liquidity, you can't make money, okay, fine. There's certainly no indication that's happening, so it's got to be something regulatory, right? Well, if it's something regulatory, which part of the United States government is intimidating eToro? What do you think? Did eToro get communication from the SEC or any other part of the federal government? I don't. Again, all we can do is speculate here, but I think it's pretty reasonable speculation because the SEC is the only agency in the part of the United States federal government that's just doing everything they can to implement just completely onerous and offensive regulation on everything and everyone in the crypto space. So I'd start there. If I'm going to speculate, and I'm willing to speculate on this. I'm starting there. I'm speculating that this is something to do with the SEC. I don't know if that means that there was some sort of communication with the SEC. It's certainly possible. But either way, something scared them. Something definitely scared them. This is very alarming, right? And so here's what Attorney John Deaton had to say about this the other day. A war versus crypto was declared on December 22nd, 2020. Let me just pause to note that's the date that the SEC officially sued Ripple and harmed XRP holders in an incredible fashion. So anyway, a war versus crypto was declared on December 22nd, 2020. All you had to do was carefully read the complaint and ignore the noise contained therein. In parentheses, he wrote, language designed to inflame. And then he wrote, a divide and conquer strategy. Ripple and XRP are disfavored by many, so it was easy for many to be dismissive. Spot on. And John Deaton has been banging this drum from the beginning. He's been right from the beginning, and I'm thankful for the voice that he has and the message that he's been delivering, because he's really bringing the fight, and there aren't enough people in the space that are doing it, or if from a legal perspective even capable of doing it, but here he absolutely is. And so we obviously appreciate him, but I feel like the more time passes, the more stuff like this happens. People are going to be like, oh yeah, those XRP guys were right. We are all in a heap of trouble. Yes. Yeah, let's pay attention, damn it. Please pay attention, damn it. And then I wanted to highlight this too, because again, Charles Hoskinson, creator of Cardano, I've always gotten the sense that he seems to get this. I don't know for sure if I'd agree with everything necessarily that he has to say on this topic. Maybe I'd agree with most of it. But I, in a general sense, I think he gets it. And so there's the story from December 27th of last year, 5 days after the news of all this broke. And he was talking about XRP specifically. And this is a time where it was the digs and the glee of this SEC action against Ripple and XRP holders, and it was offensive, but the glee that all these people had, it was endless. And messages like this from Hoskinson were few and far between. You see more of this now, and so I'm just saying, 5 days after this suit came out, he already had a higher level, greater level of clarity than many others, and he just had an adult perspective about it, and I appreciate that. So I thought I'd share it with you. I think he gets it. A Cardano creator, Charles Hoskinson, is weighing in on the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's case against Ripple and the agency's assertion that XRP is an unregistered security. In a series of Ask Me Anything videos, Hoskinson says part of the problem with regulating crypto assets is that tokens are dynamic and hard to categorize. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, this is what I've been saying forever. Even before the suit, I was saying this. Good luck shoehorning, this new cryptocurrency technology into an incredibly ancient regulatory framework that never could have conceived this type of technology. There's no way they could have ever conceived of the internet, the implications globally, what that would mean, and then ultimately cryptocurrencies to follow. No, of course not. So you're going to have to make some tweaks here and there at the bare minimum. Pretty obvious, right? Well, here's a quote from Charles Hoskinson. The problem with cryptocurrencies is they do everything and nothing. And some days they look like securities. Some days they look like commodities. Some days they look like currencies. And some days they look like something else entirely. In many ways, cryptocurrencies are the stem cells of finance. A stem cell is like a supercell, and basically it can become a heart cell or a brain cell or so forth. And regulation is a little difficult because more often than not, regulators like buckets. So they don't see stem cells, they see the heart cells and the brain cells. And then there's regulatory agencies connected to that system. Yeah, exactly. So the problem at hand is the same one I've been talking about for the longest time. It's this idea of something being used for multiple things, the degree to which something is decentralized, and so to say, no, it is this or that and will be forever doesn't make a damn bit of sense. And if you're going to pretend like it is, then you're being disingenuous and you don't really want to tackle the problem, and you should be fired. You should not be in the position that you're at. You should not be working in the federal government, if that's the case. Piece continues. At this point in XRP's 8-year history, Hoskinson says he does not believe it is a security, although its status may have been different in its early days. And so here you go. And look, and I, again, like I said, extra appreciate this because this was in the earliest of days, and he wasn't piling on the bandwagon saying, yeah, look at all those Ripple XRP idiots or anything like that. See, told you it was a security. He wasn't doing that. He was in the minority, and he was right, though. So check this out. Here's the quote. In my prior statements, I said I don't think XRP is a security, and I think in its current form, its current use, and the level of decentralization the ecosystem has, that's certainly true. Was Ripple a security at some point during its life? I'm sure a fair argument could be made. And look, I take less issue if it was just the SEC coming out and they were like, okay, yeah, so XRP, the nature of it existing, not a security, but it was packaged and sold in such a way that Ripple did violate securities law. I'm not saying I agree with that, but I'd have way less of a problem with that argument than what they did in harming XRP holders the world over and refusing to provide regulatory clarity. Absolutely. So go ahead and make that argument. Make it against the Ethereum Foundation if you want to, whatever. Okay, and I hold Ethereum too. Nothing against Ethereum. I'm just saying that their attacks, they cannot go unchallenged, and thankfully they're not. But yes, he's right here, and he said again he does not believe XRP is a security, and that was at the end of last. And so it's good to see that because for some of these people that were gleeful about this, they ended up coming and getting attacked. Like I think of Anthony Pompliano and what happened with what the hell's his the company that I think he's just on the board of it. BlockFi. It's BlockFi, right? If I'm not mistaken. He was gleeful. He's one of the people, just one of the most well-known faces in all of crypto. I remember his comment. It was something to the effect of, or maybe exactly, "Good morning to everyone except those that think they can get away with selling unregistered securities." And then what? That's what he put out. Like I think it was the day after the SEC versus Ripple news came out, the complaint was filed. He put that tweet out, and I'm like, okay, that's not surprising. He's a Bitcoin maximalist, but it's just so rich though because later in the year, BlockFi, there were charges against BlockFi, at least from specific states, claiming that what they were doing was selling unregistered securities. I was like, well, how about that? Not that I believe in karma, but if I did, it's just one of those things. Oh man. All right, I'll go ahead and wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.